All right, yo, we are back with another one. Another little podcasting, another little conversation. Okay, so anyways, firstly, shout out to everyone who's been giving us really good feedback the past week or so since the last conversation was out.
Was it a week already? Yeah, after
so.
Battlezone, eh? Yo.
It's after Battlezone, bruh.
Wow, it's been a crazy last week, bruh. Not even
Yeah.
2 weeks, just week.
Hard out. Anyways, we decided to upgrade our gear.
No, don't talk to me about this. Do you want to tell them what happened?
Yeah.
Bruh, this fool, bruh. I'm telling you. You can explain.
So
Gets me
basically,
heated,
I looked, bruh. So why does it get heated, bruh? It's an investment, bruh. Investment for our future as future podcasters. Nah, but anyways, we decided to basically just upgrade our gear so that when you guys, as the listeners, listen to our conversations, that you guys could hear us a little bit better. But also, we want to aim to bring a lot more people on. So. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But the way that I did it against him, bruh, is hilarious. So I just looked at him one day and I was like, so, you're about to buy the mics, bruh.
Right.
And then, yeah, bruh, everything worked out well. The gear works great. It looks good. And we're super, super excited to have more people on board for conversations, insights. We've had some really cool, just random convos with other dancers. And that... Yeah, out of those random conversations, we're like, bro, we need to get you on because a lot more other people need to hear this aspect of what you're sharing. So, yeah, let's start it all the way back. This weekend, bro. This weekend's been hectic. We've had the home base. Let's start with the home base, bro. The home base show.
Oh, yeah. Bro, let's start with the workshops.
Yo, let's go all the way back there then. So
I aced both workshops, bro.
I can't. So that was last week, Monday. And we learned from Colette, who's a crazy mover. So what did you think of Colette's class?
Colette's class was my favorite. Her set was my favorite. Bruh, the set was mad. I've never learned from her. And I think, I'm just getting involved. Not involved, but I'm just learning more about the choreo scene. So learning about who's like the top dancers or who's the main teachers and stuff. And so I just got introduced to her pretty much in her style. And wow, it was mad. She's an amazing teacher too. Like the way she taught the set, easy to follow along, is easy to keep up with. And my like pickup game in choreo is not so good. So being able to like kind of hang with the class in her teaching speed or how she taught was mad, bro. So I was like, hell yeah. Even though I was like amateur as in the back, bro, I'll be like, yo, let's see how much of the set we can get. And then as soon as groups come on, I'm like, yo, later, bolt. Not confident enough for groups yet, but we get there, bro.
I can't.
But yeah, it was mad. It was mad.
Yeah, she was really, really dope. I think, bro, there was the leg thing that she did, the transition. It was like the first. It was like in the first 8.
Yeah. The intro, yeah. Wow, that was mad, dude.
Stuffed me up. I think, what was one thing that you enjoyed about her choreography, just in general?
In general, I like the whole like, she makes the points and then she's like, just be free. Don't try to go from A to B, but like detour to B.
Yeah.
Wow, that was mad. Even though like when she did it, she made it look super easier. Then we do it. It's like, damn, can't detour, get there in time.
I think it's
but
buzzy.
It was mad. I liked it.
Yeah, she's got like a buzzy style.
Yeah,
in the
her
sense
style
that,
is
like,
mad.
In the sense that like where her shapes are, there's a lot of freedom. Like you said before, like there's heaps of freedom in between, but a lot of it's just like groove orientated. Like she grooves hella.
Yeah, but then like her hits are hard too.
Right.
Like she groove and then stops, but when she does those stops or hits, it's like body parts are going in opposite ways and then snapping back type of vibe. Bro, it's mad.
I mean, that first hit.
Yeah, that first hit and then into the groove, bro, it was mad.
Yeah. Hard out, eh?
I like that whole like you don't see that coming. You know.
And what about Lawrence's class? Gee,
that was mad.
I enjoyed Lawrence's class.
I enjoyed it too. Yeah, even the track was mad. That he choreographed to, and I'm not too confident in like the slow jam type vibe, but it was hella fun, enjoyable again. Mad teacher, different to Colette too.
Yeah,
like Colette was like, I guess she took her time a bit more on certain parts and stuff, and then Lawrence was still super clear, but still like keep up type of vibe, and it was still easy to like not easy. It was still like doable, I guess, to keep up with his pace of teaching, which I found was mad, and it was like buzzy to me too.
I guess
So
that's a sign of a really good teacher too.
yeah,
Is
bro,
the
he
fact
was a
that like
mad teacher.
the choreography is like super advanced, but then the
Yeah,
way that you can
bro,
break it
hella
down and
advanced.
have everyone like still
Still
involved
involved.
and
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah.
feel like they can't catch up,
Wow.
bro, it's a mad,
Yeah.
yeah,
So
it
I
was
was
mad.
enjoying it, and I was like, man, I'm getting it. I'm like a little bit behind, but I was still noticing I was able to get it. And like just the way, like the movements were like, some of them were real difficult, but the way he was breaking it down and explaining it was mad, because he would like drill it a little bit and then move on,
Yeah,
which
bro.
was cool. So it was like, damn, yeah, you can get this movement down. And yeah, it was fire. But both
Hard
amazing
out, eh?
teachers, both easy to follow along with. And it was just a vibe. Like in the class, they kept the vibe. Like the way they spoke
Yep.
and stuff was super clear, and like it was entertaining as well. So it
Mm.
wasn't like just
Yeah, hard
same.
monotone stuff.
Yeah, bro, it was mad.
Nah,
It was
hard
mad.
out. Bro, I feel like the way that he does slow jams is like way different to maybe the last time I've seen him do slow jams
Mm.
or taken a class from him. But what I like about it is that it's like the essence. Well, NZ just in general, I feel like a lot of the male dancers that I grew up around were like hella into slow jams, and they were seki, like they were
Yeah.
mad into slow jams. But what I like about where Lawrence is at as a choreographer, it's like he's taken all of his training internationally, and then he's put a way where he's able to like combine the intensity of the level that he's been exposed to for years, and
Yeah.
now he's found like a sweet spot with the way that he chooses to like attack slow jams
Yep,
for or R&B music just in general. So bro, I was like enjoying it only because it was like it felt like a workout but to R&B music.
Yeah.
It was real weird. I don't know. It was like it's definitely way different to um other flavors of like R&B and like slow jams. So for me it was like, bro, it was mad refreshing
Yeah.
to like get into that space, train, and then find out it was like a slow jam. I knew the set too.
Yeah,
I was
yeah, I
low-key,
noticed. I was
been
like,
a fan,
when
bruh.
he did this, you
Yeah,
were like,
I was
oh, I know this.
I know this one. I've been learning it. Nah.
That was crazy.
And then the day after that, oh no, sorry, the week after that, later in the week. So we went to the workshops on Monday. We went to the show on Friday. What'd you think of the show?
Bro, loved the show.
Yeah.
The show was mad. Yeah, I'm not like experienced in shows or like how to see it, but I just enjoyed the whole show together. The different types of sets, the like the videos leading into the sets to have a bit of background, and even just like the little skit they did, like the interviews and stuff, just so you can like kind of, I guess, connect with how they vibe as a studio or how connected they are as a group and a crew, which was mad. So you could like kind of connect with them even more on a different level as opposed to just watching them dance and then seeing their character on stage. Because you know people are different. Like when they dance, they put on a different character, and then when you talk to them in person,
Way different.
it's different, you know. So it was dope to see kind of the two differences and like being able to connect with them on that level. But the dancing in general, bro, crazy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, there was so much different vibes, different types of sets. Yeah, it was insane.
There was
mad.
one moment where they did like a throwback to OG Misfit. Like
Yep.
it was like a slow jam. It was like an Alicia Keys song, and they played a little clip of like the OG Misfits. And I swear, bro, I think I was talking to like Folly about this. I was like, gee, I swear, if they pulled out the OG Misfits from back then to do the set,
Yeah.
gee, that would have been like
Yeah,
game
yeah,
over.
yeah.
But I think for me, the coolest thing about going to the show was probably just seeing the reception that it got from like our community. Again, there was heaps of family members from their team in the show, which I saw, and I thought like, bro, that's mad.
Yeah.
But what I also liked was that like our community like came to support and came to show out for them. And I think yeah, just all the work that specifically Lawrence and Colette have done, I feel like they're due their respect in a sense.
Yeah,
Like they've
yeah,
like
yeah.
done heaps here, and they've competed and done a lot for themselves here in New Zealand, and to go overseas, to go to Australia, to move, and move pretty much your base or your headquarters and move it over there,
Yeah.
bro. It's a massive call, eh? So shout out to
Yeah,
home
bro.
base, bro. Well done, straight up. Well
Thank
done.
you for bringing the vibes, mate.
Hard
That
out,
was
hard
mad.
out.
It was enjoyable.
All right, going into the next day, we had KRUMP Nationals, bro.
Yeah, that was the next day, eh?
That was the next day, bro.
Bro.
It was legit. It's been a blur.
Yeah, it's been a long week.
Oh, well, after the show,
Long
we went to the
entertaining.
session, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, what was
we
the
had
whole...
session?
Yeah, go through all the KRUMP Nats, bro.
But yeah, so we finished the home base show. What time did they finish? Like 9? Just after 9?
9:30ish, maybe.
Yeah. So, and then the New Zealand KRUMP Nationals had started, and we always open with like the night before. We usually have our prelim night, but instead of doing prelims on the Friday, I guess they just decided to have like a community session, which was dope because it's been 2 years since Nationals has been on in person. Like we did one last year, but it was all online. So yeah, it was good to just have the community together, just a session and hang out and vibe and catch up with each other after 2 years in person. So it was dope. So we got there a little bit late because of the show, which was all good. The session was popping. I think before we got there was a lot more people. I think I seen on someone's story. I think Caitlin's story. Yeah, we seen like the crowd looked massive, and then we got there I guess a bit late, so some people had like faded off. And then shortly after we arrived, the session stopped, and then they moved on to the battles. What was the first battle? They had Plain Sunday versus Girl 13.
Yes.
And then they had who was Active versus
The
Strong Sides.
Yes, the Strong Sides.
Token and Drew. Yep. And then after that, did they have another battle after that?
Mozzie.
Oh yeah, Boy Blackzik.
Boy Blackzik versus Joss.
Josse Junior.
JBS.
Yeah, Junior Bad Shepherd from Palmy, and Boy Blackzik from Philippines. And then they had Mozzie, Lady AR.
Nix.
Right? No, Deuce AR.
Nix,
versus
Enigma.
Yeah. Bruh. Enigma, bruh.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a highlight of mine that night. She was dope. The battles are mad. Battles are real good.
I doubt.
Yeah.
I think the battles were cool. I think like in terms of where New Zealand is at the moment, specifically with KRUMP Nats, I feel like we have such a big community, but it's super hard to get everyone together.
Yeah. For sure.
For whatever reasons, bro. So it was nice to kind of see like those who are from out of town come on in and finally get to see them dance in person after like what you said was like a 2-year hiatus.
Yeah.
So just seeing everyone like here and there, bits and pieces, it was really, really nice to have everyone together. I think, bro, judging this year, it's been hilarious.
Yes.
Like,
tell us, how was that? How was judging, brother?
Nah, I think judging was cool. I think especially now because the whole podcast thing and because this year's been super crazy with like just the way that we are as like leaders. I felt like me judging this year, there was more pressure I was putting on myself to like, Jay, you've been talking it up.
Yeah.
You better come with it now. And so it was just funny. But I think judging in general, specifically KRUMP or anything like dance related, I know from the jump it's all subjective. Like it's all just people's perspectives.
For sure.
It's like what you think is valid over this person or that person. And so I think understanding that and then just realizing like, nah, I'm all good. I was able to like go into this weekend like kind of more chill. But not to say that it was a chill job, because like, you're judging your friends. Even that aspect is like different. You're like judging friends, you're judging people that you're judging the community. But I think what was nice, I think I was talking to somebody, I can't remember who, but I was saying that with tournaments, the way that we see tournaments, I feel like it should be different. Because the way that we see tournaments is that if you don't do well in a tournament, you're not that good of a dancer. But I was telling someone like, nah, you could be the best dancer in the whole tournament and people know you're the best,
Yeah.
but you could lose to someone who just has a better tournament run than you.
For sure.
Like they're just prepared, they're just on,
Mm.
and it's not a conversation of like who's the best that's gonna win. It's more like who's the most prepared
Yep.
for the actual tournament itself.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that made it a little bit easier. But I think just judging in general, yeah, it's a job that not everyone should be given, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Or if everyone does have a opportunity to have it, I feel like there should be enough time for people to be trained or to understand what the judging process looks like. But yeah, not all of us like agree on one thing.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think it's definitely like that's why you have multiple judges on a panel though, is because there's going to be different opinions or different judgment calls. Not everyone's going to agree with the same thing. Some people might see, like some judges might see different things in each dancer, and it's always good to break that up and like have that conversation. So I think for sure, like not everyone should be on the panel type of thing, and then if there is people coming in for like the first time or they're still new to judging, definitely should be trained. But as long as like you were saying, people will have different calls, as long as the judges can like back up their call, in
sure.
detail, and not just be like, oh, I just feel like they had a better moment, or
for sure, like
they had a better this and then you didn't have this. It's like, oh, you're just looking at one person's negative and the other person's positives. Like
hard out.
You
And
know?
I think I enjoyed judging with Mozzie and Active because we share like way different points of views.
I like the judging panel this year.
Same.
It was good. It was a good panel.
I mean, I really liked it. And I think what I'm always a fan of is those who share different perspectives of like,
sure.
oh, why do you think this person won versus to why I thought this person won, blah, blah, blah. I think it just makes the competition more diverse and it keeps it in a way where you're awarding people for different reasons as opposed to everyone all of a sudden having to dance and look the same.
Yeah,
That's
for
why
sure.
I'm just like, bruh. That's why it's I'm always a fan of having like different people on the panel that can share their different perspective. Because I feel like it's dope.
Yeah.
Jay, one of my favorite dancers again this weekend.
Highlight dancers of the weekend.
Yeah, highlight dancers, bro. JBS, Joss.
Yeah.
Jay, he was mad.
He's always
bro.
been a vibe, bro.
I feel like because the last time I saw him, bro, he was like super young, and then now to see him again after all these years, like, bro, I was just super impressed. I really enjoyed his rounds and the way that he was dropping his rounds in terms of like the tournament structure. I felt like his way of just his dance, the way that he would drop his round, he had good material. He had good timing, the way that he would travel. I told him this behind the scenes. I was like, bruh, like if you were to dive more into your get off and get more advanced with the tools that you do have, bruh, I feel like the way that you structure everything, if you could bump that up a bit more, gee, it'll just make you like even better, bruh.
For sure. Yeah.
But yeah, he was definitely one of my highlights. Who was one of your highlights?
One of my highlights, one of my highlights was Rani.
Yo, Rani.
Yeah, Rani.
Rani had one of the best prelim rounds too.
Yeah.
The way that she would like sit in her pocket.
She in a buck zone, bruh.
Yeah,
she's
bro.
in that buck zone.
Yeah, hard out. Yeah, I think low key, if my memory is correct and it serves me right, I feel like she was the only one that was utilizing a lot of the grooves within her shoulders. She was the only one. There were moments where people would tick or
do it real quick. But they weren't sitting.
She was the only one that would just like literally do this.
Yeah.
Which was mad. I was like, bruh. And especially because of how young she is.
Yeah.
Gee, she's got so much to like learn and give out.
Yeah.
Which
and
is
she's got her own vibe with her krump. And I was telling her mum, I think, about it. I was like, her krump's coming out finally, like her style, and just her as a krumper, like her own style is coming out in krump clubs each week, and it's showing, bruh. And then seeing her like into nats and stuff was crazy, and she made it all the way to semis.
Yeah,
bruh.
Good on her, bro.
Hell yeah. She's
Good
taking
on
after
her.
her brothers, bro, because her brothers be crazy in tournaments too.
Yeah, hard out.
So
They be really
to see
good
her
in
coming through
tournaments.
as well, mad. So she was definitely a highlight for me, for sure. Who else? Shepherd was a mad highlight.
Bruh, Kenny.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Kenny.
Let's just talk about Kenny,
You
bro.
wanna talk about Kenny now, or you wanna talk about it later when we talk about finals?
Nah, I reckon we just jumped to Kenny.
All right.
Bruh, Kenny. So, bruh, I swear the world. Bruh, I can't
world
wait for the
gotta
world
see
to
Shepherd,
see
bruh.
Kenny. Yeah, bro. Because the way that this man has been around, he's an OG. Started what? I was talking to him before. He started like early 2000s.
He started, I think, 2007. Otherwise, he started same year as me, 2008.
But what if you're wrong?
Around then. Yeah, if I'm wrong, correct me if I'm wrong also. But yeah, because I know, like, even when I started and
Yeah.
then we were in the same fan, but I hadn't met him. But there were talks about him. I was like, damn, all right. But he was under one of the pioneers from Palmy, King Cry, was it? But
I don't
he's
know my
crazy.
history,
I
bro.
never
It's
got
too
to
much.
I never got to meet him in person or see him dance in person, but I've seen footage and stuff. Bruh, yeah, he's crazy. He was
Yo.
mad. I think he lives in Oz now, though.
Oh, for real?
But yeah, but
Oh,
he
is
was
he?
crazy. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
one of the OGs that I wish I got to like session with.
Yeah.
But yeah, heaps of talk about him and Palmy and stuff, bruh. But yeah, so he started way back then.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's buzzy.
They been around, yeah. Kenny been around.
Right. But so going back to the tournament, like, it's been a while since I've seen Kenny dance. It's been ages. The last time I saw him was at the beatdown. But even then, it was like, it wasn't much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's like, one of those dances where like you just want to see more of them.
Yeah,
And you want to see them kind of like reach that level.
yeah,
If that makes sense. Like, I feel like heaps of the Auckland dancers, for me, just in general, have like reached that level where they've kind of they've gone beyond the expectation or like the what I've seen of them.
Yeah.
And they've like pushed further.
Yeah.
And because I haven't seen Kenny dance in a while, I was like, bruh, the last time I saw him at the beatdown, I was like, I was wanting to see him dance more so that way like he could push through
yeah.
that, like, my expectation. It was just my expectation, but I just wanted to see him dance.
Yeah.
So this time to see him get down at Krump Nats, gee,
He was
blew
mad,
my mind, bro.
He was
I was
mad.
like, this dude about to just come out and just like, bruh, take
Yeah.
out the whole
And
thing,
he was a battle guest too, so he got to
Yeah.
jump in the top 8. I wish there were more people. We couldn't like. I wish there was a top 16 so that we could see people dance more.
for sure.
We had to
bro.
go straight to top 8.
Yeah,
But,
and maybe that's another conversation too. Is like, why wasn't there as
Enough
many
people,
people in
yeah.
the heavy hitters? And obviously, again, like, people were busy during the day, which is
Yeah, it was a
You know,
long
all
day
good.
for sure.
super long.
But-
So shout out to all the dancers that like
That came
had to
through.
endure that, bro,
Yeah.
because that was. Sheesh. But it is what it is, man, and it's something good because then hopefully that'll prepare them for like overseas events.
Because it's like that, bro.
Yeah.
It's like that. Events are that long, but they just start. It's like from because I think Saturday was 11 a.m. Well, 10 a.m. technically, until what 8 p.m.
That was the bracket. Yep.
Yeah, and there were breaks in between, but that's how it is kind of at the overseas events. Except they usually start around like 12 or 1 p.m. and then they go on till like midnight. Like it goes crazy. But yeah. But even like going back, like using EBS as an example, like the first workshop was at 10 a.m. and then the doors opened for the event at 2 p.m. But there was workshops right up until 2 p.m. and then the event went till like 10, 11 p.m.
That's crazy.
So yeah. That's just like an example. Put it next to how Nats was.
Yo,
But
hard out.
yeah, bro, would it be mean to see more people
Hard.
there?
There's way more like heavy hitters. There's way more great dances or great matchups that we want to like see just in general with the KRUMP community. But shout out to Kenny.
Yeah, bro,
bruh, he
shout
was
out to
getting
Kenny, bro.
off in the weekend.
He's gonna come back because we're gonna talk about finals.
Yeah, hard out. Who else was?
Wolf.
Wolf was mad, bruh. That was
Bruh.
mad to see. Yeah, just the bro doing his thing. But for some reason, like, I felt like all the training that he's gone
He been
through,
doing training, yeah,
yeah, it's like finally clicking,
Yeah.
like organically.
for sure. Yeah.
And for those who don't know, Wolf is one of our KRUMP club dancers who got introduced to KRUMP. Correct me if I'm wrong, via some private training with Byron and yourself.
Yeah.
And so that's been really cool to kind of see him first come in through the private trainings with Byron and you, and then now to see him connected with KRUMP Club. And then we see him also at the sessions. Like we session with him whenever we do like Sabre sessions. And it's been mean to kind of get to know him, to chill with him. He's hilarious.
Wow.
But to see him get down at this tournament with all the trainings over the year, or like
I think he's still in his first year. Yeah, because he said he got introduced to KRUMP back in school, but then stopped for like years and years, and then just started coming back. But I think still within his first year.
Yeah, that's
for
mad,
sure.
bro. So it was really cool to see him like get down.
Wow.
I feel like there's just like there are moments where you can tell when someone's like pushing beyond, or they're reaching beyond their potential, if that makes sense.
Sure.
Like
for
it's
sure.
like
Yes.
like it's like their potential is like here, and then their current level is here. And it felt like during that tournament he was like pushing beyond his like current level, and he was like just pushing towards his like potential in terms of like where he could be in the next couple of years, bro.
Yeah, but it was mad to see, because like you said, his training and stuff, but he picked his training up too. Like when I was training for EBS, like he was at nearly every night I trained, he was there.
Yeah.
And like he wasn't like he was helping me with my training for sure, but you could see he was still there for himself, which was dope. Because I'm like, yo, come through and train, use the space. And he took advantage of that. And like even in the battle training, like everyone that came into the battle training, like it wasn't just me leveling up, wasn't just me training. It was like all of us were like, even each day I just saw people like getting better and better and better and better. And then just seeing like Wolf in a tournament after all that training so recently, and to see how that training paid off for him, bruh, like it was crazy. Like, bruh, his language was switching up. His material, like, bruh, because he was doing like material, and then because you know how people get mixed up with material combos, and then but he was like doing just straight material, and then later he would drop a combo, and I was like, damn, bruh, he was doing heaps in his rounds.
I think he did. I think I saw on Instagram there was like a footage of him doing like a combo with his like jumper, and I swear, bro, like this guy has combos for days. Like I would say it's a combo, but he's got like little moments that like surprise you and that are like potential killers. Like I remember when he sessioned, was it at the Heavy Hitters night?
But he killed the session, bro. He killed off the session, bro.
And this is someone who, like you said, is in their first year of KRUMP.
Yeah.
And we're just like, that's it. That's
what I'm saying, bro. Anybody
battles,
can kill off a session at any time, bro.
Hard out. So yeah, that was real cool to see him get down. Obviously, Tess was mad.
Yeah, Tessa, bro. She popped out of nowhere.
Yeah, she really popped out of nowhere. And she like, it was like one of the, she took out one of the favorites, which was like Girl 13.
Girl 13. She was the current champ.
Yeah, she's the current champ, bro. And
she
like
took out the current champ and became the champ.
Yeah.
Bruh.
Low key, even I was like thinking like, damn, if whoever goes up against like Girl 13, be very, very like cautious, bro. Because she was on the whole time.
Yeah.
Her prelim round, bro, she was in her pocket. She was popping off mad. And I was just like, damn, this is going to be super difficult. But just remembering now, Boy 13, Joe, he had one of the best prelim rounds.
Joe, his
prelim round was insane.
But he got some crazy leans too. Like he leans far. I'm God, bro, you gonna break your back or something, huh? But
yo, so shout out to Joe, bro, because I don't know if just the way that the judges, because we were asked to rank all the rounds from top to bottom.
Do you remember yours?
I remember only the winners, or like the top dudes.
Top.
So Joe was definitely like the top for, in my opinion, the top for XY division. XP division. That round that he popped off, because he had to start it off too.
Yeah, so that was tricky track too.
It was a tricky track. You had to go first, and like that expectation from the jump is like super difficult to like kind of handle, especially for XP division. Like I feel like For the heavy hitters, it's a little bit different. It's not easy, but it's different because the heavy hitters are like a little bit more experienced.
Yeah.
So to see him do that, gee, I was like, bro, it was mad. And he kept doing the little like leg lean thing when he would like go down.
Yeah.
Gee, that was wild for me. And then Rani had the number 1 spot for me as well.
And the kids.
Yeah, but it was very close between her. Who was it? Was it Stacy? Dang, I can't remember. Yeah, I can only remember my.
But
top
Arthur
people.
had a mad round in the prelims.
Arthur's round was mad.
Yeah,
I think he was like top 3.
Oh, was he?
He
Yeah,
was
bro,
top
he
3.
was on his prelim round. I was like, yeah, he was crazy.
And then the heavy hitters. The heavy hitters. Why do I not remember the heavy hitters? It was a long night.
Yeah, I knew that we all made it through, so I was chilling.
Yeah.
Big chilling. I was like, yo, we all through, huh? I can't remember.
My ranking.
Yeah, did I even watch the heavy hitters?
You're probably too like in it.
I wasn't even focusing in the.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, I was more like, I think, at Nats, I was more focused on kind of like checking in and supporting the ones that we've been training, like the KRUMP Club people, and then also 12X, one of the little homies that decided to enter.
His rounds were mad. Wait, come to think of it, Sully, I think you were ranked number 1 in the prelims.
Nah.
Yeah.
Byron was in prelims too.
Byron was in prelims, but
his round was mad.
His round was mad, but I think he was chilling.
Oh, yeah.
Like that was just my opinion. I think that he was chilling, and then I think you went last, right? Did you go
I
last?
went last?
So
yeah.
that's why I felt like when we were watching, he was chilling, but he knew like skill for skill, he was already like through to the next round or whatever.
I just knew the numbers. I was
And
like,
then-
yo, we all through.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, hard. And then when you went, I think just the way that you're stacking like all your material and then eventually going into like some combos and stuff like that, it was just hella good. Plus you had a good track. I can't remember what the track was,
Nah, neither.
but it was a good
I
track.
can't remember either.
You were able to like sit in your pocket a lot easier, which was mad. I was like, oh, hell yeah.
Oh, yo.
But that was the prelims. But I'm
Yeah.
trying to think back, like, because again, some of my favorites, like I was missing out on seeing like Toto, Rugged.
Yeah. Bro,
Jay.
there were so many people away, bro.
So many people, bro.
Yeah. And I was like, I was watching the tournament. I was like, damn. Like, he's low 12 now. He's low 12. We're just used to calling him Rugged. But,
Oh yeah, my bad.
yeah, I was watching the tournament. I was like, damn, he could have done damage.
Yeah, bro, for
He could
sure.
have done damage.
For sure, bro.
Even if like heavy hitters are in there, like he can still do damage on his day. Like, bro. Like
And
even,
that's-
yeah.
That's it. That's when someone's on their day.
Yeah.
Like when it's their day, bro, it's very hard to like beat that
Yeah.
momentum.
Like when I battled him and Kimmy after the beatdown,
Yeah.
bro, and he did his first round and his
Yeah,
second
his-
round, I
bruh.
was like, damn.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, I gotta pick it up.
His
Yo.
round against
Bruh.
you, even
Yeah.
Kimmy, bro. Is this
Yeah.
battle online?
Nah, it's not online.
Was it not online?
No. Yeah, because
Did I
think
not
there's
film it?
there is footage on the camera. I just haven't seen it, but I've got it on my phone. But it's like a little bit everywhere.
Oh, bro.
Yeah,
I
but yeah,
swear. It was
Kimmy's
the
first
put on,
round
right?
against me, bro. Yeah. But yeah, even Kimmy snapped on me. I was like, yeah,
Yep.
gotta pick it up.
She did.
But
She
yeah.
snapped on you, and even Toto was mad.
Yeah,
Gee,
Toto
that
was
whole night.
on, bro.
But yeah, definitely missed those two at nationals. Hope that you guys are well, bruh.
Yeah.
But yeah, we definitely missed you guys at Nets.
Who else? Who else wasn't there? Money, Savage
Money
Street
wasn't
Beast.
there. Yeah, bruh. This guy could be so
Toto.
good, bruh.
Yeah, bro. Yep.
He is like really good, but I feel like he could be
Better.
so much better.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think given time where he could just like develop himself and just lab and just be prepared, bruh, the world has no idea, bruh. For real. So I'm excited. I'm excited to whenever we get to see this guy like really come out.
Yeah. Even like again, but okay, my ABS training was long, but he came into the last battle night and then we did like this different structure. But he came and smacked me 2 rounds real easy. I was like, God.
The Lord said,
I was like, yeah, bro. The Lord said, send money. Oh, yep, sweet. Send money at the end.
Ah,
Yeah,
God.
bro.
But also the way that we trained, let's maybe talk about that. So maybe talk about the way that we were training for EBS. Let's not give them all the secrets, but no, maybe
Not the
just talk
whole
about
formula.
a little bit about just that training thing. How did it come up? Well, obviously we know how it came about, but maybe this would be a cool insight to those who are thinking about trainings or whatnot. I don't know. Share anything, because I know that last day that we did for your training was way different to how we were running the training during the other week.
Yeah.
Because that's when we switched everything.
Yeah. So the training came about, 3 months before, or 2.5 months before EBS. We decided to like lock it in and really go for it. And then you put together the training schedule, the plan. So yeah, lazy plug, but if you want to train for a tournament, hit the man's up right here. He'll put together a schedule for you. But
For the right price, yeah.
for the right price,
For the right price, bro.
and it's worth, bruh.
I ain't trying
It's
to do
worth-
this for free, bro.
I am saying, bruh, proof.
Oh, yeah.
Got to semis, bruh. It's worth. But so put together a schedule, and then because I'm so used to prepping by myself for these comps, sorting out my own schedule and all the extra stuff that comes with it. Because when you train for something, it's not just physical training. It's like mental training, but you also got to plan your day. You got to have work, late nights, all that stuff. So having someone like do your schedule, just that takes so much off your plate and like helps you like de-stress, which was mad. So there was that. And then so we did a month of specific training, and then the second month we kind of picked it up. We picked up the training, and this was all to prep for pretty much the third month. So he gave me my schedule that I had to stick by, and then in my labs I hit up Sherwin, the big homie, Beast. I messaged him. I sent him my rounds, like most recent rounds. I was like, this is where I'm at. Like, I'm training for EBS. What should I start working on, or what do I need to add in? Right, and he gave me the most simple thing to work on, and I was like, it's a simple thing to work on, but it's not simple, if that makes sense.
For sure.
Yeah. So I had to work on that all month, and then I would send him, I think every 2 weeks, I would send him footage where I'm at, and then would move on. We stayed on the same thing too. He just gave me more info on how to work on the same thing, which was crazy. So yeah, he helped me out a lot with my lab stuff, trainings. And then the third month was all battle training, which was crazy. And then the last day we kind of switched the battle training up, where we changed the scene or the setting to more of as close as we could get to how EBS would look, in terms of like the size of the stage and how I would use it or adapt to that stage. And then did we judge that battle? Nah, we didn't.
No.
We were just it was just exhibition. Yeah. But it was like going through those the first week, and then the second week of the battle training was mad, and then when we switched it up, it was like a whole new battle. Like it just felt way different. Like just switching it up, and all we did was switch up the setting, which was crazy. But
and that's when money came.
That's when money came.
And my man's decided to.
Bro, we finished. It was like an hour battling straight, and then money shows up, and then you're like, oh, let's run it. I was like, God. So I had to quickly snap back in.
Hard out.
Bro, it's too funny. But hey, that's what we do.
Hard out, bro. And I think just to go on like the training side of things, I feel like KRUMP is, I don't know if this is like a overall observation or maybe just like something that I've kind of noticed just in New Zealand. But I know for sure the way that we train for certain events can be so much better, which means that the way that we perform at events can be way better.
Yeah,
and so that's an exciting thing, because I see and I've been involved in a lot of intense trainings with like the choreo scene.
Yeah.
So with the crew trainings and stuff like that, the way that you're supposed to go on like diets, you're supposed to do like this and that nearly every other day outside of rehearsals, gym, stretching, all of that stuff to get your body prepared to then compete overseas at Worlds or whatever. Like there's a training schedule that you have to maintain. And if you don't maintain, then you're literally going to fall behind.
For sure, yeah.
And so I think, just reflecting on your process and just the process of that I've been involved in the past, I feel like, yeah, we got hella potential to like lift it up and go even further with this whole KRUMP thing.
Yeah.
Which is exciting.
Yeah, nah, for sure. Yeah. And that was a big eye opener too. That training and then the result was a big eye opener for me too. Like I hadn't trained like that for an event. Like I've done some intense training and stuff, but only like dance wise. Whereas the difference with this training was it wasn't just dance. Like the circuit, we had gym, then even just like
Recovery
stuff.
That was
bruh,
which we have
and
to
then
get back
adding in
into.
the breathing again. Like there was so much more I added in that I didn't even know would benefit me. But that yeah, it was crazy, and to see the result was insane. Like again on stage, like I wasn't even tired when I got off stage. Like like I was tired when I got off stage, but only for like I don't know, like 2 minutes. Then I'm like just sitting down, normal breathing. I'm like, me.
Yeah, that's
ready
mad.
to get back on type of thing. So yeah, it was crazy to see the results, and the training did pay off. But yeah, like you said, like training for events, we could be so much better. Performing at events, we could be so much better. Like even at Battlezone when I got off, like I hadn't trained after EBS. I spent 8 days in USA, and I didn't train. And then I came back and did Battlezone, and I wasn't even tired after that.
That's me.
Which was crazy to me. Yeah. So it's still there. Yeah.
Must be nice to not feel tired.
Because
I felt hella tired.
Yeah, but you battled way more than me too, though. But I'm talking about like, you know how like you can drop one round, you can drop your phone too, but you can drop one round, you can be hella gassed.
Yeah.
Like that's what I mean. Yeah, like I wasn't like hella gassed after one round, which was mad. just seeing the benefits, which was me.
Must be nice. Huh?
But we back on. It's a new week. I think I'm fully rested, so we back into training.
Yep.
For the next event.
We are back on.
I'm already training for the next event. So
hard out. Is there anything else that we wanted to talk about? Byron was popping off.
Yeah, he was on at the event.
I think he did one round. One of my favorite rounds is that he did this round. I think it was against Yojo, but the way that he set up his little hack combo, bruh, wild
was that
to
one?
me. That one, and then he had like a snap
oh
on,
yeah, that one was
thing,
that one.
switched it. Bruh, it was mad. So
yeah, he's getting clear with
he
his material.
He's getting
clear, bro. Like 1K.
The world has to watch out for 13, bro. But he's going into he's traveling soon, right?
Yes.
He's going to Singapore.
Bro, he's going to Singapore, Korea. Yeah.
And possibly somewhere else, but
possibly somewhere else, but
possibly
we might not be able to say anything.
Hard out. But yeah, the world better watch out, bro, because the way that this man is moving, the clarity, and I feel like just in general, he's been on a journey where he's been trying to find his style or switch his style up. And I feel like the years of combining certain elements to create the style, it's now sitting in a way that like is crazy. So I'm super excited to see who he battles overseas next.
Yeah,
because that's gonna be a great one,
bro. Yeah.
The Uso is going to kill.
On. It's like, bro, he's in such a good place right now with his dance, and he's getting better. But not like he's not just getting better, he's got like people around him.
Yeah, like and the 13 fams is like
so
insane,
hyped right now.
bro.
So he's got a good, like, it's not just him that's being highlighted right now. It's also like his whole fam is just on right now, which is dope.
And I think that just goes to show like what we've always known and talked about being the example first.
For sure.
And like really showing off that. But I also feel like, yeah, like you said, bro, like the kids that have that were drawn or that are drawn to Byron and the way that he's kind of set them up with his trainings, with his fam, like, yo, it's insane. Yep, and I feel like, I feel like all this hype and all this is just, it's the fruit of all of his hard work over the years.
And he's been working for years.
Bro.
Like me and him came from Welly, but even in Welly, in the car park, like he was there. When he moved back, he was pretty much there every time I was there. Like working hard, adapting his style. Like you were saying, he's been figuring out his own style for years and years and years. And it goes back to even when he was in Welly, he was just like always like watching YouTube of like the karate stances and stuff like that, and then adding it into his KRUMP. And I was talking to him not long ago. I can't remember what event it was after, But I was like, yo, your like martial arts stuff that you've been training and learning, and your KRUMP is finally like gelling together in a good way. I think it was last year I was talking to him about it. But I was telling him, I was like, it's finally like gelling together now. Cause like for a while, like even in the car park, it was just like a lot of martial arts poses and stuff, and then just swings. Like it would get into a crazy pose, and then that was it. And then it was very like, it was split pretty much.
Yeah.
But now it's gelling together, and then since then, and then all this year, bro, it's getting even better and better and better. And it's crazy to see, bro. It's crazy to see.
Hard up. So it just goes to show, if you ever want to like experiment with the style, it'll be difficult at first. It'll take time. But if you're persistent enough and you believe in it, then bro, there will come a time where it'll just organically start to click. So shout out to Byron, bro.
For sure. And I've seen him frustrated too.
Hard.
I've seen him frustrated. So it's not like it's all fun and games and it's all like, yo, like that was cool, try it again. It's like a lot of fail, get up and try again. Yeah. And he's gone through that. So, yeah, bro. It's mad to see
That's
where
my
he's
stomach.
at now. Is that your stomach?
Yeah, Jay, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I'm hungry. Anyways.
Yeah. But yeah, bro. Shout out to Byron, bro.
Hard up.
Finals, bro. Let's talk about finals.
Yeah, finals.
The hitters final.
The hitters final, bro. Again, Byron, Kenny going at it. It was crazy good. I think.
What was going through your head?
Okay, going through
that
my
battle,
head,
bro. Let's hear the judge.
Yeah, hard. So for me, again, this is just my perspective. I was able to talk to Byron and Kenny after the battles, which was cool. But anyways, I digress. So in my mind, so Kenny has a mad intro. The song is from an era. It's from his era. Yeah. So it's like when he came up, it was an old school like track. And we know from experience that not everyone can get down to an old school track.
For sure.
There's a certain feel. There's a certain like presence, aura, bounce. There's a certain groove to it. So the track plays. Kenny is demolishing the intro. Like, I'm like amazed. Because prior to this, we all knew that it was Kenny versus Byron or Bad Shepherd versus 13.
Yep.
And like, it's not a diss, but we know how great Byron is.
Yeah.
So people, immediately, it's like, yo, Byron, like 13 is going to kill Bad Shepherd. Like, there's like an immediate like expectation, like, oh yeah, Byron's got this like in the bag.
Yeah.
And so for me as a judge, like, we're aware of it. Like, we don't take it in.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, we don't say like, okay, like, yeah, great dancing, but this guy's gonna win. But we understand, and obviously for us, like for me as a competitor, like I kind of know like the talks, you know what I mean, or like the overall feels or expectations. So for me, I was already like, damn, this is gonna be a tight battle, but we know how great 13 is. So when I was watching to see Kenny do his intro, like I immediately like was like, yo, he is bringing it. Like, it was so mad to see, because I think there was a part of Bad Shepherd that came out against 13 that wasn't.
It hasn't been around for a while.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, where was the spark like earlier in the battles, but also where's the spark been just in general? And again, the bro has lost. Like I see him now, and bro, the man looks good. I was like, Sule, you are looking. I'm like, brother, you are looking on.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, his first round goes. The way that he's sitting in his pocket is mad. The material, he's stacking stuff. And the way that he finishes his round was insane, because it wasn't like a crazy live over like a couple seconds like type of get off, but it was enough to like feel the progression, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then Byron goes, bruh, he's going crazy. Like he's snapping, he's doing crazy, like his body control and the way that he's able to execute his material and stack was just super insane to me. Obviously his timing and musicality, bruh, world class, for real.
Sure.
But in my opinion, there was a moment where I kind of saw that he like stopped. So it was like he built this whole thing and then he kind of cruised at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah,
The
yeah.
final decision, right?
Yeah.
Now, if he would have snapped and gone crazy live, like I feel like that would have edged it towards 13 for the first round. But because I'm just judging off what I saw,
Yeah.
I had to give the first round to Kenny.
Yo,
And
man.
so that was my first, like, again, this is just my opinion. But yeah. And then second round comes in. I'm watching Kenny dance. And I can tell, like, I can tell it wasn't as, it just wasn't as sharp, or it wasn't filled with as much, like, of an impact as the first round.
Yeah.
Because the first round, he came hungry.
Yeah.
And so, and because of that, I felt like the momentum shifted towards 13. So he was able to capitalize on that decision. And so 2 and 3, I gave it to Byron. Like, clearly. It was clear. Like, for me, it was just clear.
Yeah.
But what I took away from that whole battle was that it was just really exciting to see someone of 13's like level of how great he is, and seeing someone like Bad Shepherd come through and like push Byron, or even push himself in that first round, to the point where in the first round 1, I thought that he won, but it was mad to see, because it just goes to show, like, we're like me, you, Byron, and a couple of others, like, we're good. Like, people know who the good, you know what I mean? Like, they know who the top guys are. But that's not to say that no one else can kind of
For sure.
beat us, you know what I mean? And I think tournaments are like the greatest opportunity to shake up the rankings. And again, like, I mean, I did it overseas in EBS, so I'm, like, I know, like,
That's the biggest shake up, bro.
no one knew who I was. No one really cared who I was. Like, they didn't know me, which was
Did
fine.
you know, story from EBS, when they introduced them backstage to do the call-out battles, they did everyone's dance name, and then they said, Ken? Ken? Who's Ken?
Yo.
The disrespect,
That's too funny.
Did not register as our real names. We always register as our dance names. The disrespect. I
just found that super funny.
And then he takes out the tournament. Yeah. That's why. It's too funny. I was like,
But that goes to show, like, tournaments are there, and the way that you play your cards right in a tournament can definitely dictate, like, the results, versus people assuming that it's all the hierarchy of who we think is like good or not.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean? So it's always an even playing field, and to see that battle in the finals in the heavy hitters, like, I think I was like telling the bro, I was like, I was even thinking after round 1, this is crazy.
That's like, after the first round, we locked eyes and we're like, it was because I had first round tied. Yeah, I was like, damn, if any of them two had snapped at the end of their round, then I would have given it that way. But I had it tied. I looked at it, I was like, damn, they just need a snap. I told Kenny too, I was like, gee, because I was like, what was your process? And he was like, I just knew 3-round battles, so I was trying to like save my gas. And the first round, I was like, if you snapped in the first round, you would have had round 1. And then he was like, I was trying to like 3-round battle. I was like, but then at the same time, I was like, if you're going up against someone like Byron,
he can.
I don't think like it's worth making a risk to say I'm gonna save my energy for 2 and 3, because Byron's the type he might one round you, bro.
Don't ever do that. Don't ever.
Like, Byron could one. Real. Like, so
not against Byron.
Yeah, it was
against
a risky,
13.
It was a risk. It was a risk to take, but I was like, damn, someone against 13, you gotta leave it on the floor. That first round, you got, and if you're going first, like if you have to set the bar against 13, like you have to set it high.
RC's just gonna rebuttal and just like keep taking it further.
For sure.
But that's mean. So you called it a tie?
I called first round tie,
Hell yeah, that's
I
mad.
think at the time I had it like the second round was real close to me, but I wasn't in like a judging mindset, bro. You saw me. I was back and forth screaming, bro. I was like, So I was like, second round I had, it was like super close. So I don't think I even judged it, because I think I was like, I got it tied right now, like 1 and 2, from a non-judging perspective. I think, So I was like in Kenny's ear. I was like, "You're still in it, fight!
Yeah.
You're still in it." I was like
Damn.
yelling. I've known Kenny since like he's one of my like day ones in Crump. So I was like yelling at him. I was like, "This is it! Like make your mark, make your statement." Like, cause Palmy's they're not highlighted that much.
Yeah.
So if you're in Auckland, boom, you're known. Everybody knows everyone. They know who the top dancers and stuff. And I've known Kenny for years, and I've always told him like he's there, like he's right there. So I was always in his ear. And then at the same time, I'd just go to Byron like, God, bro, I got too amped at Byron.
Yeah.
I think I like hit his shoulder at the start of one of his rounds. I was too amped. But yeah, that was a crazy. And then third round, I gave it as clear to, because that third round from Byron,
I can't wait to see the footage. But
yeah,
that
the
third
world
round,
beware. Yeah, that
singlet,
third round,
singlet 13.
Singlet 13. If that round don't go viral, bro, yeah, that round was crazy.
Yeah,
He's like, I don't belong here, and then
goes on that whole thing.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I'm excited, bro. I'm excited to see the level of Krump just continue to grow. But again, I think from us as like current practitioners, current like competitors within the style, I would love to just see more people continue to just believing that they are just as good or going to be great in this scene, regardless of where they're in, like whether they're from Auckland or Palmy or whatever. Like you can do it anywhere. Like
anywhere,
you can win worlds. I mean, shoot, we did it. A guy from South Auckland did it. Anyone can do it, you know?
For sure.
So yeah, I'm just excited, bro. It's gonna be mad. It was a good weekend. Yeah.